Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well today. Me, not so much. Kinda had some bad dreams last night. That's bugging me. I don't like it. But hopefully, playing murder game will help somehow. I don't know. Don't ask me how that would help. It's a video game. Video games are good distractions from things, right? Oh god. There's so many. How many slots can you have? 30. I guess it's a good thing I'm close to the end again. Well, not close to. Wait. Excuse me? Why didn't that show up? 1 second. Okay. Maybe I'm still dreaming. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Oh, did my bots go off like they were supposed to? Well, mine did. Okay. Things seem kind of wonky today, just in general. Oh, I forgot the epic music! Yes! Where am I going? Oh yeah, I'm going back. We're gonna get the key to Kyoko's room. Hopefully, Kyoko will let us actually have it now. Hey. Think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
Wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Ah! Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Hi. And here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole, and then... click! And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. So, this is Kyoko's room. It looks like every other room in here. There's her bed. Don't see anything interesting here. At least not as far as the case is concerned. So you see something there that's not concerning the case? There are a bunch of things to look at. I might have certain articles hanging out to dry. I better not look inside. Ah. Okay, let's investigate the very obvious thing here. There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. Lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. Doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
If it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. Pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. Dojo? So we're gonna be going over there next, huh?
What?
Come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? In particular, I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here. Concrete. Oh, I know! Earlier, Kyoko gave me something.
It's true.
I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it! In the envelope. Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it! Okay. The envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets?
What?
Oh, that was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Sheets, what could it be? Gee, I wonder what that means. I don't know. Something to be hidden under the bed sheets? What if we didn't expect to find anything? But as I lifted up the sheets... This. A crumpled up piece of paper. Class number 78 student registry? Kuro Ikusaba.
I see.
Appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. It's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing. This is what she left behind. Time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. In an effort to pull myself together, then look down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. I can't talk. Elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazine. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped. She'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Ultimate Soldier. Mercenary group. Doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, like a completely different dimension. Like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. Most how I saw things as just an ordinary person. Then...
I see.
Never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Of course you would know what that is. Rich boy. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. They do have their uses. They always get the job done. That's worth remembering. It's all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir is already...
Found it!
Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero! Ah! It's you!
What?
What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh. Uh-oh! You found our profile? So what if we did?
Hey!
Freak
come
out on
on
me?
now!
I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. In case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? Who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
No violation's really so unforgivable. Quite adamant about those regulations of yours. Of course I am. A proper school life is built on dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself. Oh? You're saying you have to follow your own rules as well.
Of course.
Absolutely. Can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Interesting? It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I actually ever told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
You all first got together in the main hall way back then. There were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. Misunderstanding? Are you saying...
in other words...
That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes, indeed.
Total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16. 16, then...
Yukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
16th student, Kuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something? Why are you telling us this? Oh, well, because... I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we had so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense?
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you. Revenge? I'm gonna get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get. Okay, bye. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand... tattoo. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... there's fake nails on the corpse. Now, you're just now realizing that you can't really, like, wear fake nails with gloves. Hello? Thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. Matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Wow. You remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. Why would he tell us that? Why now? He said he wanted to make things clear, so there wouldn't be any complaints later. Well, he didn't specifically say that Mukuro was the one creating all the rules and stuff. He just says there was 16 students. Mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro's related to the case?
It's certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? Explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? She's a student and she killed someone. That would make her part of the school killing game. Kuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
Based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Kuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? Makoto's just like, huh? What? Huh? Huh? Who? What? That Makuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. That's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So, in other words,
Kuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. Makes more sense, then, to assume that Makuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Makuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. Now you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Makuro isn't the killer, then it is. Then I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. We should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Well, you coming? Okay, once again, he's dragging us around. Yep. Looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Photo, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
It's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. Understand what that means, right? Should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. Got the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and locker eagerly accepted the key and it opens. There are arrows in here. Looks like 10 arrows in total. Like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks? There's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
I see.
That is. That means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? How could it possibly be involved? That's all the locker has to offer for now. Something wrong?
Very strange.
Odd, don't you think? Locker's hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Yakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. Need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Makuro is a part of? How are we supposed to find out about that? Did you forget about the library? Hello? Obvious. Where in this school would you go to do research on something? Research? Talking about the archive? That's right. The archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. I think there's a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Yakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Here we go. Quickly return with a file in hand.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? Did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? Well, sir, I don't know any French either, so... Pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Whatever, I'll read it for you. I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Is that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. Hi Evo, how are you? I am tired. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded. You're annoyed? Uh-oh. Hopefully not at me.
What?
What is it? It just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Sorry. I can't. Battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. Work people? Oh, work people. Very annoying. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Let you mention it. Oh, the ones that want you to do all the work for them, I see. Report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo? Of Fenrir? Could that mean...
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena.
When can you fix this? Oh my god. How difficult can it be to fix the printer? Are these like older people? Or are they around your age?
It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial!
Yay!
So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later!
Time has come. What we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
Seemed that way. Let's go. Thank you, Nat. I really appreciate it. I really do. I haven't really felt that great today, but that comment makes me happy. Oh, they are around your age, they just don't want to... Oh, that figures. I did save, right? Save again, just to make sure. Okay. Whoa! Byakuya and Makoto showed up together.
Ah,
The heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. Oh, you know. We're investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you?
Huh?
What? Are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. We'll be here any second. Any second. Show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But... stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. How awkward that must have been, just having to stand there for 5 minutes, in silence, just staring at each other. And 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
Demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
in other words.
Waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here, now can we? Talking about? Everyone is here. I've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? We all agree it's a violation. I'll arrange a punishment right now. It's me you're waiting for. I'm here. Heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
I'm here. No rules been broken. Kyoko!
Ah,
Kyoko? You're still alive? No! That's a ghost! Stop talking. Want to fight? Do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
It's okay that there's no particular penalty for being late.
is that right?
Made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later.
shing!
No, we'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you. Monokuma was gone. We all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko!
Ah,
So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we gotta deal with like a ghost. Would you stop talking?
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped onto the elevator. Master, wait for me! Oh, who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
Be happy when this trial is all over. After another, everyone piled into the elevator. Oh, we don't even get a chance to, like, talk to anybody? I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Oh, okay. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. And when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down just in time to hear the class trial announcement. Took some time to go over the crime scene first. Can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
Sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you are on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
You used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
Just a second.
Hey! What are you two doing? Hurry up before I get in trouble with Monokuma!
Makoto.
Go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Now I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
This is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? It's a strange way to put it. Class trial is important for everyone, right? So why oh, God. Why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Oh, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped onto the elevator. Into the elevator. Onto the elevator. Same thing. The doors slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. Just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, doors opened without warning. Dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. It wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It's a blinding light of despair. God, that's fucking blinding indeed! Christ! Oh God, all the fucking colors. It hurts my eyeballs. Waiting for this. Feels like it's been forever since we got together like this. Time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Get on with the show! So the curtain opened for the 5th time. Yeah. Deadly class trial. Memories float back. Kyoko is gone. A mysterious masked body appears. Threads holding them all together begin to spin and twine into one.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
That would probably be a good idea.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
He was still on about that?
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
Oh, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because
Uh-huh.
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Oh
There's
my
a limit
gosh.
to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Why do we have to fucking prove this? She's right there!
Her traits?
Kyoko's piercing glare! Gloves.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Wow. You just come right out with it.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Fucking hell, Hero. There's no way that corpse is Kyoko. I can't prove why. We're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. Jesus Christ. Just throw Hero out of the trial. Then we can move forward. Don't have any choice but to... It's either gonna be the tattoo or the nails.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Can I punch him?
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Thank you, Hina!
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Wow.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Or anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Excuse me? I tried to shoot that!
If Kyoko really is...
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. The face was, and there wasn't any description in the Monaco. Oh, if we can't identify the body.
And there's nothing else we can do, right?
If Kyoko really, then who does?
It's gotta be. I don't think so. And there wasn't any description. Oh, if we can't identify the body.
There we go. Okay. Oh my god.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Wow.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Okay. Moving on.
They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Compare the tattoo to the other information we have. Victim's identity should become clear.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image. Oh my god. Wolf. Oh my god, it's so hot. 2 letters have been filled in. Hello? Shit! I was trying to hit the F.
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Yeah, we learned this like 5 minutes ago, and you already forgot.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Wow.
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
No.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from...
Uh-oh.
Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? she's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
Somebody seems pretty impatient.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Oh my god, maybe. What? Excuse me, sir. Sir, what do you think you're doing? Hey! Reebok! Kitty cat! Hey! You're not paying any attention to me, hi? Why did you open my door? Hi! He's ignoring me. Close the door. You're not supposed to be able to open it that wide. Just shove it open, like you own the place. 1 second. Let me go close it. Oh my god. Just sitting there grooming. Go groom somewhere else. The cat. Ugh. What am I gonna do with him?
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
No, I have no idea. Choco and Genocide Jack! Us two.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it! I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want, somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
When was the body discovered? 9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Hey, Internet, I'm watching you. Internet being sus. Looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Sprinklers.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Yeah.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between and 9 o'clock in the morning. Yep, and Makoto...
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Huh?
Shoot!
Do I have to do the exploded body analysis?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock.
Who the fuck is counting up in time? Fuck, is that still not it? Hello?
Shoot!
Okay, but... Do I have to do it on the 10 o'clock?
It took place somewhere between...
Oh my god, really? Come on. Oh, wait, I have to contradict what the murder
Actually,
happened.
the murder
Ugh.
couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
I guess that makes sense.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
Who is?
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. If you look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Oh god damn it! Bullet time. Fuck.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! How can you say it wasn't the...
This should prove it.
Wow, I actually did that.
Just remember what the body was
Oh,
like
God.
after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
No.
The top half of the body was wet.
She's
yes,
just freaking out.
but the bottom half was completely dry.
Just like how Hero was freaking out during the last trial. I think it was Hero that was freaking out during the last trial. Just because I have to do the battle doesn't mean that they're the culprit.
If the sprinklers
died?
got
Oh.
the body wet, shouldn't...
Yeah, because you notice Kyoko's there. Bakuro is the one who died. The tattoo on her hand is Fenrir, because Makuro, the ultimate soldier, was a mercenary for Fenrir. Kyoko's fine.
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Tina!
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because...
Oh yeah, the body fucking exploded and then
while
caught
the
on
body
fire.
was still on fire, I doused it
Excuse
with
me,
water.
sir! Why
But
did you
only
open the
part on
door
fire,
again?
The top half.
Can I help you? What are you coming over here for? Huh? Meow! Really?
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
Meow?
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the
Reeves
murder
wants
must
to be
have
the
taken
detective.
place
Reeves needs to stop throwing open my fucking door!
sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Good for you! Wow.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
So Somebody please take this cat and teach him how to close the door behind him. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No. I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me, and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
Are you gonna leave now?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything.
No, you're just gonna stand in the door that's wide open.
So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all.
He's just gonna sit there. He's gonna sit there in my open door that I try to keep closed for streams because I don't want to bother my dad. And now he's just gonna sit there.
And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
Learn to close the door on your way out, Reebok. One second. Oh my god. What am I gonna do with this cat?
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Oh shit, you're gonna fucking throw Makoto under the bus? Okay. Got ice cream? That sounds good.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What flavor?
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Certain something at the scene that was used to cover the body? Could it have been the tarp?
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
I feel so attacked right now. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. I'm looking for body before
By
the
covering the
explosion.
body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
God. I really I gotta fucking listen to what everyone says before I go throwing around my
By
fucking
covering the body with the
bullets.
tarp,
The killer prevented it.
So the reason that it's because the spring, but the underside, it was totally
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Fuck!
by
Have to
covering the
interact with
body
your
with the
character's
tarp,
husband. Now
the
you feel
killer
bad about
prevented it from getting wet.
What did
So
you
the
do?
reason the tarp was only dirty on one
because the spring, but the underside, it was totally it's because that side
side was since it was facing down toward the body. Of course it didn't get dirty.
There we go.
no, that's wrong.
You're going to rob his vaults?
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Oh, here we fucking go. The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to acknowledge this, but it's true.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
No!
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Whoever's the chicken killer needs to be punished.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Unless the chicken did the murder.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
You
said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I don't know, man. I don't know anybody that wears a fucking jacket like that.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
It's just draped over.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred.
Hello. Hello, Daniel. Thank you for the follow.
They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body.
Thank you for the hug.
They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Wow.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
The suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Let's not.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Yep.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
Couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. Thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up until now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Oh no, I have...
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Yeah?
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Well,
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
oh. Yeah, it was treated with blood. I'm guessing it's the body before the
So there's
explosion?
no question. You
Oh
took
wait,
that
no,
knife of yours
okay,
and
then it's
killed her with it.
disguised.
What a horrible
Dead.
man you are, Makoto.
Disguised dead body. Already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. Which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body,
The knife we found lodged in the dead... It's the same one! It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point,
wow!
obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Damn!
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Yeah, doesn't the file... Shouldn't the file say, a single time with the knife?
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Fucking hell, Hero, you're just making everything more difficult.
Then the knife...
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
I'm sorry, fucking Toko going yeet. Goodbye. Goodbye, Toko.
The the explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed him. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to
Wow.
use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle cause an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
Uh-huh.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
One explanation I can think of. Is the bomb a thing? No. Okay, but the fragments.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that
Okay, yeah.
is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. Need to concentrate. Concentrate!
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's
Damn it.
only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Yeah.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Well... Oh, the other wounds on her body were fresh. Okay. The wounds that were several days old, so they couldn't have been anything.
Then, shall we continue the debate?
The victim's fatal. The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me. And then
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
It's not it? Wait.
Shoot!
I must have to take something
Then,
from
shall
somebody
we
else.
continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be
the explosion didn't kill her for sure.
God damn it, that was not the one I wanted.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me. And then
Oh, yeah.
That's gotta be it.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
It's gotta
entire
be
body.
a fatal injury with the wounds.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't you then.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Shoot.
No, the wounds were several days old, though.
Then
They
shall
couldn't
we
have been
continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her.
Well,
Yeah?
And it wasn't you because of you then. There's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her
Wait,
head.
what am I supposed to hit here? I don't understand.
shoot.
Where's the...
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't.
fatal... They were dead before the blast. Struck in the back of the head. Struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Body was covered with other wounds, but they're 7 days old.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Is that not it? Oh, fuck.
Shoot.
Shit.
Is I refuse to give up yet.
I'm really confused because, like, I know what it's trying to get at. Like, I think it wants me to be like, yeah, it can't be the wounds because they were several days old, but I'm not sure how to go about,
Then shall
I'm not sure how to go about contradicting that. Oh. It says I have to absorb, hit the back of the head, and shoot fatal injury. That doesn't make any sense to me, actually.
The victim's fatal injury.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Did I have it backwards?
Well, yeah.
I guess
She
I
was
did.
already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Oh, the wounds weren't oh, okay, so I missed the one. I missed this part where he says it only leaves the wound on the back of the head, and then I also had it backwards.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's
Logic
fatal injury
is
has yet to be
hard. Logic
No,
is
it's
hard
wrong.
sometimes.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
point? If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Wow.
I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
Yeah.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Okay.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Real murder weapon? The chicken. Is it really the only thing that I'm looking at here that could potentially be a weapon?
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something.
Okay.
And that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
Well, I'm thinking in the way of, like, you bundle up the arrows into... You bundle up all 10 arrows into one, and then bash somebody with them.
I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
One more thing about that weapon, one more secret. Oh yeah, the duct tape! The fucking duct tape! They were duct taped together and then used as a weapon, and that's why there's the blood on the duct tape. Oh my god, okay. I feel smart. I was able to figure that out. I totally forgot.
Titanium arrow. It was in the Dojo Locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too
brain
thin.
blast! Motherfuck, you made me miss!
You have no
Or maybe,
right!
no, I shouldn't be blaming you, because I missed. I was the one that missed.
The titanium arrow.
It was in the dojo, I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just...
No, that's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Well, foe. We learned that that there's only 4 chickens left is because the chicken's blood was used around the knife there. I know. Poor chicken.
Another weapon?
The duct tape is the weapon.
Inside the Dojo Locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe.
Yeah, and they're fucking titanium arrows. They're not gonna break
And
that
that's
easy.
exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the Dojo Locker, it was you, Kyoko.
Wait, but Kyoko didn't even have access to her own room,
I've never
though.
been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you?
Is this it?
If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Well, maybe not.
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
But if the key was in her room where we found it, she didn't have access to her room because Byakuya took her key. So how would she have put the key in her room? I mean, okay.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the Dojo Locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? She came to my rescue. That be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... she killed someone? For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it.
There she goes. Okay, she's gonna...
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
You were the one with the fucking key to her room, you bitch! Yakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? I don't think when the body was found has anything to do with this. Oh my.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the Dojo Locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Yeah.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You
I'm
should
not sure what I'm
understand that
supposed to
more
be
than anyone
shooting with
here.
what. I know what the thing is, but I don't know.
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Okay, I got it right. I just was like, I keep getting this backwards, so let's try actually
If I'm right,
going
Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
backwards from what I thought it would be. Okay.
Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No. It's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. Well, going back to what she says, she has a secret tool which grants access to any room in the school. She says that she was on the second floor of the dorms. So she could have gotten back into her room if she wanted to. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. It's a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. Mastermind's trap. Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... Mastermind's trap? victim was Mukuro and Kyoko killed her? Does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's a lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? Mastermind's trap. You spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. You know the danger. That risk means solving the mystery. You have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? To decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Okay. I'll be right back. This right here will determine if we get the good ending or the bad ending. This is the turning point of the game. So, perfect place to take a break. I'll be back in a few.